Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is Big Dave of Wrestling Montage Media. Hope you all doing well. We're finna get into some of the news that's going on right now in the world of pro wrestling. From my favorite source, WrestleMania. We're finna react to it. Let's go.
WWE star shuts down accusation. Another WWE release confirmed. A WWE legend set for another run. Concerns for Vince McMahon at the Super Bowl. A WWE name shuts down her OnlyFans, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos.
Very
Follow us
interesting.
on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. Now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at a WWE star shutting down accusations. Now our top story looks at a recent post on X from Karrion Kross, as Kross has formally addressed allegations that he was the one who injured Bo Dallas, aka Uncle Howdy.
Okay, I did not hear about this.
Our fans were of the belief that Kross was the one who injured Dallas, and a fan on X would even post the exact spot in which Dallas was, well, supposedly injured. However, Karrion Kross took to X and shut this down immediately, and he confirmed that this was not the spot in which Dallas was hurt. This is completely untrue. We'll miss him at work, but the reaching and promoting of BS, please be better than this.
Yeah, that's not cool. If you don't know for sure if that's what happened, don't assume, because you don't want a wrestler to have the reputation of being unsafe in the ring. Especially, you know, these things happen in wrestling, but don't just point the finger and say, hey, this is what happened, this person did it. That ain't right. That's not cool.
Thankfully, the fan would then delete the clip on X, and hopefully this stops any accusations that Kross is responsible for Dallas's current injury.
Yeah, you don't want a reputation of hurting people. We all, like I just said, accidents happen, but don't just accuse.
It goes without saying that accusing wrestlers of injuring talent without concrete proof is reckless and really shouldn't be done.
Yes.
Wrestlers getting a false reputation for being unsafe in the ring is just completely unfair, and it's only appropriate that talent defend themselves from this false narrative. In
100%.
relation to Bo Dallas, it's unknown how long he'll be out of action for, as it looks like WWE are moving forward with Alexa Bliss being involved with his stable over on the SmackDown brand.
Yeah, I think that's all they're waiting for is to bring back Bo Dallas and the Wyatt family, the Wyatt Six, I should say. Yeah, and then have Alexa Bliss join and have her be a part of the group somehow, interact.
Next up, another WWE release confirmed. Now, if you thought that the releases were over, unfortunately,
Yeah, this one was kind of weird. She was literally just on SmackDown. It was a small segment, but they've been in the middle of something with, I believe it was Pretty Deadly, and she just came from out of nowhere. It was just for like a hot little second, but that's so crazy. This is, yeah.
it wasn't, as in the afternoon before the Super Bowl, many reports came around of Elektra Lopez being moved over to the alumni section on WWE's alumni page. This led to speculation that she was released. However, minutes after this went around on social media, it was a...
Let me go back to that. There's a couple people on here that I wish would come back. Let me move myself here. Some of y'all can stay away. Definitely, I'm just looking at the list here. EC3 was great. Elias was awesome in his time for what they had him doing, except for that whole thing where what was it? When he came back as his twin brother or something like that. It was Elias and I can't remember right now. I'm glad I don't. Of course, they bring back Ember Moon. Everybody else can stay away.
page. This led to speculation that she was released. However,
Emma. Bring back Emma.
minutes after this went
Well, they just released her too.
around on social media, it was then later confirmed by PW Insider that Lopez was released on Friday as part of the number of releases that day. It's not known at this stage if the WWE cuts are over, but they typically tend to deliver the cuts over a set period, so hopefully there won't be any more. Lopez, who was part of the Legado del Fantasma faction on the SmackDown brand, didn't do much on the brand unfortunately, as she only had one match.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't have much of a presence in the women's division at all. She was really their valet. And, you know, the group they're okay. They're a great team. It's just they're not over. The whole purpose of the Rey Mysterio and the Santos Escobar feud was to get him over. They're okay, but they not where they need to be. My personal opinion.
Whether there were any concrete plans for her is unknown at this stage. Next up, The Undertaker retires an iconic character. Since his retirement, The Undertaker has been reserved in bringing back his supernatural dead man persona.
Yeah, I heard him talk about this as well. He doesn't want to bring back the dead man anymore. From how it ended to where he's at now, he don't really want to jump in between being Mark Calloway and the Undertaker. He just want to leave the Undertaker back where it was. That's and just be himself.
The majority of his appearances are as the American Badass, and this allows the WWE Hall of Famer to break away from the confines of the spooky character. Additionally, with The Undertaker having an incredibly successful podcast titled 6 Feet Under, and this podcast literally featuring completely out of character, it would make little sense for him to go between the two characters.
Right.
On the latest edition of his podcast, The Undertaker stated that although everybody's got a price, he will be retiring the Deadman persona moving forward. Everybody's got a price. The number would have to be really, really big, and it would have to make sense somehow. So I've really pushed to kind of be more Mark Calloway now, because I want to honor that character and the work that I did and all the kayfabing that I did for that character. If there was something left in the tank as far as me getting back in the ring, then I would have to figure out some kind of way for something catastrophic to happen to Mark Calloway to bring that other guy out.
Yeah.
But that's just not going to happen. Not being corny, but I do want to let The Undertaker kind of rest in peace, and kind of everything now that you see, like the other night on Netflix deal, was the American Badass. The Undertaker.
Yeah, I agree. That's the way it should be. And his character was protected for so many years, for so long, that to go back to it. I mean, I remember he did something. It was some type of football event where he came out, in the spooky with the trench coat and the hat and the lights and everything. That was either football or soccer, but soccer is football, but you know what I'm saying. He did bring it out for like a little second, but not in the wrestling realm. It would only have to be for something special. But I mean, not to be in a match, but maybe a segment or something.
Because logic makes a ton of sense, and thankfully there's still a ton of equity in the American Badass persona for future WWE appearances. Whilst you might think that the dead man character
right, that's what I'm talking about right there.
A long time ago, he still brings it out.
That's what I was talking about. He did it for that, the most recent one.
For special events. Next up, a WWE legend set for another run. A WWE legend, Trish Stratus, dazzled fans with her appearance at the 2025 Royal Rumble, and now it looks like Stratus is returning to WWE for another run. Fightful Select is reporting that WWE sources suggest Stratus is being considered for more upcoming appearances.
That don't surprise me. That don't surprise me at all. I'll be at Toronto. Here we go.
The women's champion is expected to be involved with the WWE as the company approaches Elimination Chamber in Toronto, and with Toronto being her hometown, it makes all the sense in the world.
I don't know if she should be in the chamber though. I don't know, but I don't know any other women's thing happening at the chamber, so maybe.
Fans are already speculating on Stratus potentially facing Tiffany Stratton on the Chamber PLE match card, and this will be a smart way to generate some buzz within the women's division. Yeah. Next up, Chris Jericho talked.
Yeah, that'll be a good way to give the rub to Tiffany Stratton for sure. She could, put her over for sure.
Please retire chants. The fan reception to Chris Jericho's recent work hasn't been exactly positive, and now the first ever Undisputed Champion has reflected on the dreaded please retire chants during an interview with Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah.
When they were really at their peak, of course, I'm always thinking, okay, I can make a t-shirt out of that. I can make a whole angle out of this, but it went kind of away. They kind of stopped. Plus, I was really good at being able to shut people down. You can't heckle someone when the guy has a louder voice. So yeah, the please retire was a good one. That was fun. Jericho would then claim that he doesn't take the chants personally, as nobody who knows him is delivering the chants. No, I don't take it personally. Nobody who really knows me says that stuff, and probably if I saw them on the street, they'd probably say hi. Whenever I do a convention or something like that, my lines are down the street. That's not from an egotistical standpoint, but I've been doing this a long time, and a lot of people have great memories from the different eras that I've been in. Now, this is a unique take on the chance to say the very least, and Jericho is being slammed on social media for a lack of self-awareness.
I think what it is with Jericho is that people want to miss him. I mean, it's really hard to, appreciate somebody and give them their flowers when they're still doing it. So I think that's where people are at with him. I mean, he's been doing this, 30 something years he started. So where I'm at with it, I think he should hang it up personally. I think this should be his last year. He should be retiring, just like, Cena for to wrap it up. I think Jericho need to wrap it up too. But I'm not as, retire old and, washed up and all that. No, it's just, we all have our time, and when our time is done, we move on. He can just, really focus on his music, being with Fozzy, but still, being in the business, being a part of the business. It'll never leave you. I mean, you can be an old timer, but you can definitely have different ways to contribute. He's been doing that since he joined AEW, when he had those two groups, and when he had the Insider, the Winners Circle, and then the thing now with Big Cass and the other guy. I can't remember their names right now. I haven't watched AEW lately, but yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Next up, JBL sent an urgent plea to release stars. Now, on the latest edition of his podcast, JBL spoke at length regarding the recent WWE releases. JBL would share some words of wisdom for the release names, and he stated that names shouldn't just sit around and wait for AEW to pick them up. You can sit around and hope that Tony Khan picks you up, or you can get picked up by a different group, or you can go out there and make a name for yourself. I've never seen an opportunity better in wrestling since I've been in it for 30 plus years. I've been a fan my entire life, 58 years, and I've never seen an opportunity better for guys going out and making a name for themselves. But JBL would then emphasize that wrestlers don't need AEW or WWE to do something big within the pro wrestling world. That's what I feel like the Good Brothers are doing. That's what I hope all these guys do. There's two different mindsets. I hope these guys go out there and make a hell of a name for themselves, because I believe there's no time in wrestling history where it's easier to go out and do something big outside of the big one, which is WWE. Now, JBL is 100% correct here. Yeah. AEW can't sign every single release name, and some of the names released are going to be forced to reinvent themselves on the independent circuit.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different. I mean, you can go to NWA, TNA, even though they are part of WWE, MLW. You can definitely make a name for yourself. Of course, I mean, the big times, the big leagues is the WWE. I mean, it's like if you're doing something and you want to do it to your best of your ability, you want to, make it to the big time. It's like, minor league baseball, you want to make it to the MLB, same thing with every other sport. So
next up, concerns for Vince McMahon at the Super Bowl. Now, it's always been trending news whenever...
Let's see where this goes, because, I mean, at this point, Vince showing up publicly anywhere is going to be a little bit of controversy. The fact of with the allegations as serious as they are, and I don't have they settled yet. I think they have, or they haven't, but that's going to tarnish his legacy regardless of whatever he does from now moving forward.
Former WWE chairman Vince McMahon makes a public appearance. Since the allegations directed towards McMahon surfaced, McMahon making any type of public appearance is extremely rare.
I just said that. He
decided to make an exception for the annual Super Bowl last night. McMahon was in attendance with The Undertaker and Shane McMahon. McMahon and The Undertaker have kept a close personal friendship since McMahon's WWE exit, and naturally it seems like there's no issues between the father and son duo Vince and Shane. However, fans were quick to take to social media to comment on McMahon's appearance, as he was now looking a lot more frail and extremely fatigued. It just looks like he's dropped a ton of muscle mass, owing to his age.
Nah, Vince, he looked the same to me. He just old. I mean, he looks okay. He just got a shirt on, and I don't know, because he normally wears suits and everything. So I mean, he has a regular shirt. I'm sure he still trains regularly. His work ethic is still. I'm sure he's not just sitting around for damn sure. That's Vince McMahon, pal. So he's gonna keep doing what he does. That drive, just because he's not running the company anymore. He gonna apply that energy and that drive to something else that he's doing. The man, he's still a billionaire. So
and obviously the problems that he has, there's no doubt we would have seen a much different looking Vince McMahon than we did in the WWE. Next up, Shayna Baszler fires back. Now, unlike the common criticism from fans that Shayna Baszler and her faction failed to get a reaction on TV, Baszler decided to take to X this past weekend to seemingly put one fan in his place, trying to successfully tell pros how to find success when homie isn't even successful at Twitter. Baszler is clearly taking the comments from fans personally and has firmly decided that the best course of action is just to clap back at fans. Next up,
come on, Shayna, come on. All right, I see what she doing. I feel you. You wanna, of course, you'll take offense to something when people are crapping on the things that you don't have no control over, but you're involved in. I mean, just know, Pure Fusion Collective, just the whole concept, the name. You first heard her name, you like, what the hell? It's trash. I'm sorry, and I've said this before. When I crap on something, it ain't to the individual, it's to the idea and the fact that there was zero chemistry between you guys. So, and unfortunately, with the release of Sonya Deville, if it's just gonna be Shayna and Zoe Stark, you know, just get rid of Pure Fusion. Just be yourselves, guys, or come up with another name, something else.
Tiffany Stratton to debut a new attire. And with WrestleMania on the horizon, wrestlers will be making plans for their special attire and entrances, and reigning women's champion Tiffany Stratton has already revealed during an interview with Grind City Media that she will be debuting a showgirl theme for her in-ring.
Yeah, that make a whole lot of sense. I know she's gonna go all out. I mean, for what she doing on Raw and SmackDown on a regular basis is already over the top. So,
attire. Having WrestleMania in Vegas, I think it would only be fitting if I did a showgirl theme. I feel like that could be really cool, feathers and stuff like that. I'm trying to find a good theme and consistency throughout all my years, so I'll try to go with the girly girl, pink, blues, yellows, like bright colors. Stratton is heavily rumored to face Charlotte Flair at the big event, and this attire sounds fantastic. And finally, a WWE name shuts down her OnlyFans. Our final story today takes a look at how a new WWE signing is taking it.
I heard about her having a OnlyFans. I don't know the content, but I heard about it.
A significant pay cut to join the company. The talented Jordynne Grace is now officially a WWE star, and it's now been revealed that Grace took a major pay cut to sign for WWE. It turns out that Grace had a thriving OnlyFans account, and due to WWE's established policy and accounts of this nature, she was forced to close it down.
Man.
This was revealed by Sean Rossap via Fightful Select Q&A. If you mean her OnlyFans, she shut that down several months ago. She effectively took a pay cut in order to join WWE. She'd become a millionaire at one point outside of WWE. Grace is clearly hoping that she reaches the upper echelon of WWE, and she'll be hoping that she won't have to rely on other avenues to support her income. But they have...
Man, hey. Look, hey, you do what you got to do to fight for your dream. That's another thing I don't like about the WWE is when you have other revenues and things that you're doing on the outside, they especially things like that when you're showing your body, they want you to completely steer away from that. I mean, because when you're in the company, you representing them. So, but then, back in the day, they would have their divas, do Playboy and things like that. But that's the difference. Like they don't get nothing from the OnlyFans. I think that's the problem. They're not getting nothing from it. The fact that you're doing that's your income. I mean, he just said that she's a millionaire just off that alone. So WWE they want when you involve with them, they want to be all the way with them. So that's my reaction to this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day. See you for the next one.